Web sleuths, e-sleuths, and internet detectives are all different names for the same concept. Web users who take to YouTube, Reddit, Facebook groups, and forums to try to solve crimes. Yet, the nexus of crime and social media has opened a Pandora's box of frightening behaviors, manipulation, and tragedy for millions to experience, and sometimes take part in real time. The instant public accessibility of a huge number of databases and social media archiving every minutia of our everyday lives in real time has helped the true crime community grow. And though many web sleuths work with empathy and diligence, the exceptions pose dangerous consequences. This is the story of one such exception.
How are we bullies? Only with a fucking camera, you're a liar. Who are you? He's so angry, why?
Part First Amendment auditor.
I can't believe I have to wear the same uniform as this clown, as this corrupt pig. Look at you.
Part narcissistic cult leader.
I'm not looking for an argument. This is a direction, a directive. Either you trust me or you don't. Okay? So trust me. When I say something, just please don't argue. Just trust me. That's it. Okay? That's it.
And 100% toxic cry bully.
So I want to make sure the message is sent here. If you fuck with me, if you try to sue me, I'm not going to go after you. I'm going to go after your fucking family.
This is the story of Aidan Kearney and how he is exploiting one community's tragedy to gain attention, clout, and cash, destroying lives in the process and working with an accused killer to harass and intimidate potential witnesses against her.
The look on her face, those are not Betty Davis eyes.
You feel pretty strongly about, wanting to believe everything she says.
Well, here's the thing, Al.
The evidence.
Now, just because you didn't do it.
I said, could I have hit him?
The Lexus taillight breaking, coming in contact with a human being and not a hard surface, makes no sense to me.
Police say they found this at the scene, pieces of broken taillights.
We know who did it, Steve. We know. You all know.
Yes, we do.
Police report presented Wednesday during Karen Reed's arraignment in Stoughton Court provides a clearer timeline of the tragic details leading up to her boyfriend's death. The Mansfield woman, an adjunct professor at Bentley, is accused of hitting John O'Keefe with her SUV Saturday.
New intrigue and even conspiracy theories surfacing around the case against Karen Reed. Her attorneys now poking holes in accusations she hit her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, with her vehicle and killed him.
Although at first Karen Reed, through her defense, referred to O'Keefe's death as a, quote, tragic accident, in April of 2023, Reed's defense filed an extensive motion detailing an extremely complicated conspiracy theory, absolving Ms. Reed of all responsibility. Around this time, Karen, through a friend, reached out to Aidan Kearney, who immediately started aggressively pushing this theory.
We're all here for the defendant. We're all here for some convicted, some charge. They want us to convict her. They want to convict her. An alleged murderer, Karen Reed. We're all here to support her. I'm not in the habit of supporting murderers, so this is my first time.
And villainizing the victim's friends and family, as well as the owner of the home and his family.
They want to turn John O'Keefe's kids into their kids, because their kids all turn out screwed up. And they want to turn that whole town, that whole incestuous town, into a bunch of Alberts and McCabe's. No doubt about it, but we're not going to let that happen, because the Alberts and the McCabe's aren't going to be around for too much longer.
What the fuck is wrong with Peggy O'Keefe? Oh, she's fucking old. You're being mean to the mother. Well, fuck her too, okay? Fuck her too. You're old and we have to be nice to fucking old people, especially when their fucking kids died and we have to fucking play all nice with you and shit. Well, I'm not gonna be fucking nice anymore. Open your fucking eyes. And yeah, Paul, talk about your mama. What's she gonna do about it? You fucking drunk, you fucking raging alcoholic. Fuck those people, man. Fuck them. I don't give a shit.
Thousands of amateur web sleuths believe that the local police, the state police, crime lab, everyone at the home that night, the medical examiner's office, the district attorney, emergency room doctors, the judge, and the victim's own friends and family have conspired together to murder John O'Keefe and cover it up with no articulable motive. And they believe it is all to frame a woman who was seen on camera consuming 7 to 9 drinks before getting behind the wheel of her Lexus SUV, whose taillight was found in pieces near the body, and repeatedly stated to multiple witnesses, "I hit him, I hit him, I hit him." Sure, the police found pieces of her taillight in the snow near the body, and the crime lab found microscopic pieces of her taillight in John's clothing. But don't worry, they have an answer for that too.
Can you talk about the taillight fragments on John? Yeah, I'll talk about them real quick. So those were planted by a guy by the name of Michael Proctor. He took a bunch of fucking he took a taillight, smashed it all up, and threw some shit on the shirt, and then held on to it for a year, and then got it tested, and now there's taillight on it. End of story. That's what happened. Do I have evidence that happened? No, but he plants shit all the time, and he's a dishonest hack, and Karen didn't hit him with the car, so how the fuck did those get on there? Michael Proctor put him there. Boom. Mystery solved. Columbo up in this bitch.
But one person who does have a motive to fan the flames on these wild conspiracies is Aidan, and he often articulates it clearly.
How much is going to Karen Reed? Okay, first of all, what a cunty question to ask. How much is going to Karen Reed? Because I know what you're getting at there. You're insinuating that, like, well, certainly a certain amount of this should. Are you keeping it? Are you keeping all the profits? Just to be clear, I'm keeping 100% of the profits, and $0 are going to Karen Reed.
Aidan is making a lot of money and garnering a lot of attention from simping for accused cop killer Karen Reed.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, Vinny.
Let me start here. Aidan, Turtleboy, what do you prefer?
You can call me Turtleboy.
Okay, I'll go with Turtleboy. No, not a problem. I understand. That's what everybody calls you. So,
but don't be fooled by his blatant self-serving narcissism. This is a mutually beneficial arrangement that Karen and Aidan have worked out. They communicate daily on the Signal app, a messaging service favored by terrorist groups, drug dealers, BLM protesters, and fringe right-wing domestic terrorist groups. It is through this secure messaging app that they are able to exchange information about her defense that has not been made public yet, and may not even be admissible at trial.
Sent in on Friday.
What was sent in on Friday?
The motion. I mean, I've had it.
Which motion?
The motion in opposition to the Commonwealth's motion to prohibit extrajudicial statements.
I have not received a hard copy yet of that motion. And so it was not received on Friday. That's not true.
It was not received on Friday.
It's not on the docket. It's not on the docket, correct?
Wait, I just checked now, and it's there, but there's no image attached to it, so you can't read it.
Right, but I said, though, that it was docketed just a few minutes ago, right? And you told me it was docketed on Friday.
No. It was sent in on Friday.
All right, but I didn't receive it on Friday, so I don't know why you're saying that it was sent in on Friday. What information do you have that it was sent in on Friday?
I have sources.
They can also coordinate some of the most shocking and overt witness harassment and intimidation ever documented on social media.
We will never stop protesting. You think it's uncomfortable now? Wait till we start showing up at your Little League games. Like, things are about to get really uncomfortable.
Oh, disgrace! You're a disgrace! Disgraceful! Disgraceful! He's a disgrace! Look at him! He's a disgrace! Bring shame to the Boston Police Department! What a loser! What a loser!
Shame on you!
Again, another one, man. We're chopping them down. Kerry Roberts, no show. Laura Sullivan, no show. Ken Dugald, no show. This guy behind him, Anthony Bianco, no show. We are chopping these people down one by one and shaming them from coming out. We are shaming them. Public shaming works. Proves that they have nothing, and they're all watching this. And I just want to let them know that I'm thoroughly, truly enjoying watching them squirm and struggle and cry and complain, and knowing that there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing. They were uncomfortable on Tuesday when they had to walk through that gauntlet of court. They hated that. Oh, shouldn't have let me know that. That's like an invitation to do it louder next time.
The campaign of harassment was at first focused mainly on Jennifer McCabe, a close personal friend of John O'Keefe and his family, and a potential state's witness against Karen Reed. Aidan characterized her as one of the real murderers, despite no criminal charges ever being filed against her, and no evidence to support his claims.
I am so sick of hearing about how we need to leave Jen McCabe alone. She's not being charged with a crime. She's a witness. No, I'm just so sick of the people being like, oh, maybe we should ease up on Jen McCabe. Maybe we shouldn't, actually. Maybe we should increase it. That's what we should do. Maybe I haven't seen Jen McCabe since the lacrosse incident, and she needs to be reminded who her daddy is.
He has accosted her outside of court hearings, harassed her at one of her daughter's lacrosse games, published her name, address, phone number, and social security number on his website, made several trips to her property uninvited, and bombarded her with unwanted calls, text messages, and voicemails.
All of it. Allie McCabe, she can get it too. They can all get it. We've left the second generation out of this for a bit. That's over. Except for Brian Albert Jr., because he looks functionally retarded. But besides him, the rest of them, they're all going to get it. They're all going to get it. And
hey, Jen, how you doing? Fancy seeing you here.
This is a school-sponsored event.
Yes, it is. How do you feel about murder of police officers? How do you feel about murder of police officers? Okay, well, she murdered a police officer.
No, that is so untrue.
Oh, it's not cop killers. That's what they are. They're cop killers. So 2 cop killers don't like being asked about it.
Oh, there's Jen. Let's see if they come to the door. So I definitely saw Jen in there. I think they can hear us on the ring too.
They're in the murder of a Boston police officer. These are cop killers, ladies and gentlemen. That's a cop killer right there. Cop killer. Cop killer. That's what you are. That's all you're ever going to be, is a cop killer.
Once I heard that Jen McCabe goes out in public, once I heard that she does, I'm like, okay, so at least Brian Albert is really doing what he's supposed to be doing, hiding like a cornered rat. Like, that's what you should be doing, is moving out of Canton, picking shit up, leaving. But no, Jen McCabe is so arrogant that she insists on still living life like everything's normal.
While still focused on ruining Jennifer McCabe and her family, Aidan turned his attention to Colin Albert, the teenage nephew of the owner of the home where John O'Keefe was found outside.
You think I'm scared of your fucking pussy son, Colin? Oh, I can't wait to see Colin. I'm gonna have a lot of questions for Colin. And something tells me he won't be able to control his temper like you did. He can get some. He can get some too. There won't be a dog there to back him up this time. I'm not afraid of your stupid son. Believe me, I could kick the shit out of your stupid son. So please, please.
Although Colin was not at the home at the same time as Karen Reed or John O'Keefe, and is only a teenager who is less than half their ages, this has not deterred Aidan and Karen from targeting him and setting out to ruin his life. Aidan has made it his mission to accuse Colin of murder as loudly and publicly as possible, despite occasionally admitting he has no idea what happened, to attempt to protect himself from civil liability in the future.
Inside 34 Fairview Road, and Colin Albert was present inside. Now, did Colin Albert kill him? I don't know. I can't be sure of that. 2 children are left orphaned because John O'Keefe was murdered by Brian Albert and by Colin Albert and that freaking dog and every other single person in that house who remains quiet to this day.
Colin has become the target of relentless harassment and bullying, perpetrated by adults, some of whom have children his age. He has been repeatedly and explicitly accused of beating John O'Keefe to death, despite no evidence to support these wild claims against him. Like the many potential witnesses in this case, Aidan has barraged Colin with unwanted phone calls, texts, voice messages, visits to his home, baseless accusations, and threats against his life.
This is the Alberts.
Maybe they used a fake name.
Let's find out.
Could be another.
The intense cyberbullying and harassment, spearheaded by Aidan, and his baseless accusations tragically prompted this young man to abandon his burgeoning college football career out of fear for his personal safety and the safety of his teammates. This was a fact celebrated by Aidan's followers, who called for Colin to end his own life.
Colin's suicidal, something like that. It's complete bullshit. He's not suicidal, okay? Don't kill yourself, Colin. Turn yourself in, do the right thing. That's what I recommend.
Destroying a young man's psyche is not enough for Aidan, however. He continues to relentlessly harass not only the boy, but his whole family, constantly showing up to his father's pizza shop to proudly ruin the family's business and livelihood and place their employees in fear.
I go down to your pizza shop and I stand out there for an hour and I yell shit about your son. I just shit all over your child, Chris, your middle child. I go down there and I shit all over him and I accuse him of some of the most heinous things possible. And I affect business. People don't want to go into your business because of the things that I'm saying. I'm telling cars going by what your family did and what you're being accused of and what you've done to cover this thing up and what a scumbag you are and how you don't pay your bills. And I'm standing there. And you know where you were, Chris? Hiding in the back.
He's even sunk so low to scare local children in the town in a scene very reminiscent of Chili DeCastro's Memorial Day parade spectacle.
Cop killers, cop callers. How ironic. How about that? Blood pizza. Don't get the pizza here. It's tainted in blood. They kill people inside. Well, mostly on Fairview Road or the highway. But, maybe in there too. I don't know. The owners of D&E Pizza. The pizza's covered in blood here because they kill people inside. Watch out. Be careful, kids. There's a couple killers walking loose around your town. They kill people.
And he's verbally attacked other children as well, for no other reason than they were friends or classmates of Colin, in a transparent attempt to leave him humiliated, afraid, feeling constantly under surveillance, and socially isolated.
There's your stupid kids, Michelle Gallery. Your stupid cunt daughters, that's what they fucking are, hanging out with this fucking worthless piece of shit. There's Colin again with her stupid, useless twin daughters. That's a prom photo. I guess this is a prom with Colin. Yes, I figured that one out. Yeah, it's a prom one. So I guess they went to the prom together. So that's how close they are. So that's fine. You can get some too, Michelle. You got an address too, right? We can knock on your door as well.
This will be the first statement of its kind in my dozen years as Norfolk District Attorney. The harassment of witnesses in the murder prosecution of Karen Reed is absolutely baseless. It should be an outrage to any decent person, and it needs to stop. Some have, without any evidence, pointed to 18-year-old Colin Albert, a nephew of the homeowner, and accused him of attacking John O'Keefe as he entered the home. But phone evidence shows O'Keefe never entered the home at all. Testimony from witnesses tell us that 18-year-old Colin Albert had left his uncle's home before John O'Keefe and Karen Reed had arrived outside the residence. Colin Albert didn't commit murder. Jennifer McCabe, Matthew McCabe, and Brian Albert. These people were not part of a conspiracy and certainly did not commit murder or any crime that night. They have been forthcoming with authority, providing statements, and have not engaged in any cover-up. They are not suspects in any crime. They are merely witnesses in the case.
After the district attorney put out a statement condemning the ongoing witness harassment, Aidan flew into a narcissistic rage and graduated from harassing John O'Keefe's family and friends and any potential witnesses against Karen Reed, to also harassing investigators and prosecutors involved in her case.
Are they fucking kidding me? I mean, they are declaring war on us, man. I'm not even kidding. From the headline alone, they are declaring war on the First Amendment. Do you understand, Michael Morrissey? I've listened to 10 seconds. If the rest of your speech is anything like the first 10 seconds, expect me to pitch a fucking tent outside of your house and you will never sleep. Just understand that. I am going to shove the First Amendment up your fat ass. Apparently I need to teach you what it is, because they never taught you.
He began harassing the 2 investigators on the case and their families, inundating them with calls and threats. He focused intensely on the wife of Trooper Michael Proctor, going so far as to tell her that her husband will be jailed before threatening to kidnap their children.
Both her and Michael should be in jail. And tell you what, Lizzie, those 2 boys you have, Daddy's got to go to prison. I'll teach him how to throw a football, okay? We'll play catch in the backyard. They're my kids now, and that is my promise to you, Lizzie Proctor, because your children, I just want you to let you know this, Lizzie Proctor, when you're watching this, your worst fear is going to happen. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing, Lizzie, you can do about this. You are an evil woman and a horrible excuse for a mother, just a horrible excuse for a mother.
Adding another layer to the threats, Aidan has visited the Proctors' home uninvited on 3 separate occasions, menacing around their property, and on one occasion, bringing a group of angry people to their home to scream accusations and insults. He also has been harassing Trooper Yuri Buchanek, another investigator on the case, accosting him outside of court hearings, and even filming him at the urinal in a men's room without his consent.
You disgust me! You loser! You loser! You freaking loser! Bukaki! Bukaki loser! Bukaki loser!
So you think Michael Proctor planted that evidence? Not seriously. Just me and you in here. Come on.
He has escalated to personally harassing the district attorney as well, calling his home after 11 o'clock at night and doxing his number to thousands of his cult followers online.
Hello?
Live to tape. Hi, is this Mrs. Morrissey?
Yeah.
Yes, hi, this is Turtleboy calling. Is Mike home?
No, he's not home right now.
Oh, where is he?
Out.
Oh, is he drinking? It's 11 o'clock on a Tuesday.
It's really none of your business. Good night.
When can I see him?
See you.
She said it's none of my business. He says it's none of my business, 617. I don't know. He says it's none of my business. What a cunt, huh? Wow. Hi, Michael Morrissey. Daddy's here. This is Dr. Turtleboy calling. You told me to leave Jen McCabe alone and to stop asking her questions and to stop and be nice to Colin Albert and Brian Albert. Those guys killed a cop. I guess you're okay with killing cops. You're obviously, a fat, useless piece of shit. So that doesn't surprise me. I'm going to show up to their kids' football games. I'm going to be everywhere that they go. And I'm going to do the same with you. I know you don't like it when people come to your house. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And that's not a threat. I'm an award-winning journalist. Are you worried that you're going to die in federal prison? Just want to know what you think of that. So give me a call back when you get this. Okay, we'll talk soon. Bye. We'll see if he calls back.
He has even called and harassed D.A. Morrissey's son, who has nothing to do with the case at all.
So this is Turtleboy from Uncle Turtleboy Daddy from Turtleboy Daily News. Are you familiar with the blog?
I'm familiar with who you are, and this is his son, yes.
Oh, you're his son. What's up with your dad? Why is he such a scumbag?
That's not very nice.
Do you think Karen Reed's innocent?
I don't.
What makes you think she's guilty?
Like, why does it matter?
I don't want to influence anything here, but if that was my dad, I'd be like, Dad, can you stop doing things that send you to prison? Just saying. Okay. Tell your dad to call me back. He's got my number now, okay? Okay.
Aidan is aware that his actions are very much criminal. He doesn't care because he has leveraged his social media presence and willingness to engage in harassment and intimidation to a point that he feels that he is above the law.
They've already made up their mind. You're not talking them out of it. Don't talk to cops. So that's all I got to say about that. And I will never talk to you motherfuckers. Lawyer! And I'm going to get a good lawyer too. And me and Karen Reed can have our own his and her charges. And you can try to do all that. But that's it.
Whether Karen Reed is found guilty or not, one fact will remain. Through her quest to avoid jail time and Aidan Kearney's quest for notoriety, they have together created dozens of additional victims in an already tragic case. And the majority of these victims are the very people John O'Keefe loved and cared for most. His family, his friends, and his brothers in blue. And this is the dark side of the true crime community, a community that, albeit well-intentioned, can be a breeding ground for bad actors who exploit tragedy and cause real damage for clicks, views, and cash. If this behavior is allowed to continue unchecked, a cottage industry of unscrupulous individuals like Aidan could pop up, to the benefit of accused violent criminals and to the detriment of their victims. Regardless, we cannot forget. A man lost his life, and his family is grieving. He was an officer, a friend, a son, a brother, an uncle, and a guardian. The wheels of justice turn slowly, and for good reason. Harassing these witnesses and loved ones brings no justice or dignity to John O'Keefe and spits in the face of his legacy. This is about the legacy of a man who loved his family, his friends, his profession, and his community fiercely. A man who would do anything for them without anything in return. This is about justice for John O'Keefe.
Nobody's challenged me, but live from Chicago. I'm gonna do it. I challenge Cal Miguel, follow Keith.
Yeah, just for the record, we're here on vacation in Chicago having a great time. We heard about this, it's a great cause, let's do it. I'm gonna challenge Laura Sullivan and Mike McDonough. Maria, let's research. Let's get it cured.